मेरे को स्टार्टअप करना है, पहले जॉब करना है, फिर पैसा लाना है, फिर स्टार्टअप करना है, देन मैं पिच करूंगा, देन मेरे को हो जाएगा. लाइक नहीं बेटा, दैट्स नॉट इजी मैन. मेरे
Yeah.
बाल सफेद हो जाते हैं. इफ यू कैन सी, आई एम जस्ट 20 to 22 years old and my hair.
Hey folks, I am Saurabh Kesha, brings you to one of the most unscripted stories of entrepreneurs and their journeys. If you are visiting the channel for the first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon.
Hey folks, so today we have a special guest on our podcast, Sanmaya Biswal. And how I got to know about him is through Instagram. So hi Sanmaya, how are you doing?
Yeah, hey Saurabh. So I'm quite happy that you have invited me over the podcast. I'm quite thrilling to, have a great conversation with you around whatever the questions you have prepared.
Yeah,
And I would like to say hi to your audience. I
thank
don't
you.
know. I know they don't know me, but I think in a couple of hours they'll get to know me, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it will be, I think it will be a great and amazing experience for me, for you, and I think the people who would be watching this.
Yeah,
So
sure. I'll make that happen.
okay, okay. So thank you for coming to the podcast. So last year, 2020, when there was a lockdown, so I jumped into some online businesses to generate some pocket money for myself, and then I got to know about him through Instagram. And what fascinated me was his work, the way he created the content, and it was totally different from the people who were doing the digital marketing at that point of time. So Sanmay is a digital marketer, marketing consultant, and helping brands and entrepreneurs to reach their potential customers. So this made me eager to talk to him to discuss about his journey. So the first thing I'm curious about is his personality that came from small instances that happened with him in his past. And I think now he has realized that these were the things that pushed him towards his professional personality today. So can you tell your story from early days, including those small
Yeah.
experiences?
Yeah, I would love to share them. And I really felt quite good when you said you loved my content, because not everyone says that, people consume a lot of content, but
Yeah.
when it comes the time to cheer up their content creators, because that's what it helps us, it powers
Mhm.
the boost. So like, even if you get one comment on your video, it's like, oh, I got just one comment, and it's like, you go and so thanks for that. And coming back to the question of the small memories, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how people would like react to it, but it's quite rare, I started, if we can say, I started my journey way back in fifth. Now people will saying like, what?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Fifth?
That's
Are you mad? Yeah, fifth class. I was like, are you mad? So
yeah.
yeah, I was not knowing, right? So basically, I belong to a business family. Not that Birlas and Ambani is not that rich. If I would
Okay.
have, then not that rich, but a semi-business family where we were based out in Paradip,
Hmm.
which is there in Odisha. Right now, I'm in Bhubaneswar.
Okay.
So out of curiosity, every time हम लोग जब बच्चे होते हैं, तो
Hmm.
we always want this fanciest things. In my for me, it was food. It was always food. I was this chubby kind of guy, so I always wanted to have this delicious food. And in Odisha, we have aldam dahi vada, golgappa, and all those other things, right?
Okay.
And I that's the reason I like Indian foods a lot. So I
Hmm.
always wanted, but what my mom used to say that कितना खाएगा और बहुत खा रहा है तो जा भागने जा दौड़ने जा खेल. I was doing all those. I was
Yeah.
quite good at playing cricket and all those, but still, this chubby things kept on with me. So I
Hmm.
always wanted to have that extra kind of thing. So one day I noticed, yeah, and I think, did you notice one thing? I think I think most of us we have in common that in our childhood days we used to have the small cards like Goku and
Yeah. Yeah.
John Cena, rank one, rank two.
Yeah. We
did
used
you
to
did
buy
you
them.
Yeah, so I was also fascinated with those cards. I I think
Yeah.
right now what Gary Vee is doing, I don't know properly, but I was having this Goku and rank 1, rank 2 Power Rangers kind of cards because
Okay.
they were coming in Cartoon Network and I was watching them.
Yeah.
So while coming from home to school or going back to home, we're always playing in buses and like "Main jeeta tu hara" and all that stuff, right?
Uh,
So one day I noticed that common thing is like her card, every card is being provided by a particular person who is there in our class. So
okay.
his name, I won't say his name, even if he watches. So thanks. Now he will be knowing कि ये किसकी बात कर रहा है. But he was getting all those cards and उसे वो कार्ड 2 रुपए का मिलता था.
Okay.
And he was selling like 5 rupees or somewhere around that, but not much. He was not selling that much. So
Hmm.
कभी कभी कोई बोलता था तो वो उसके लिए ले आता था. So I asked him like, where do you find those cards? It's like, I have my brother who is there in somewhere and there he brings it. It's
Hmm.
like, do one thing, bring me 50 cards. So I'll pay. Then he said, I'll charge you 5 rupees for that. It's like,
Okay.
no, 5 rupees is like, बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है. Like, I'll provide you the homework. I'll do your homework, and I negotiated some way. I didn't
हाँ,
know there was negotiation and all this thing. I was like, मैं तेरा ये काम कर लेगा, because he was
हाँ,
not that much good at studies. So मैं तेरा ये काम कर लेगा. तो तू
हाँ,
मुझे 3 रुपए में दे सकता है क्या? Because I was only having 30 rupees at that time, pocket money बचा बचा के. So he said, okay, मैं ले आता हूँ.
okay.
So then he bought, and and he got me. Before bringing me there, so what I did, that I contacted all my seniors and all my juniors, not the people of my class, because I knew very frankly that मैं अपने दोस्त को बेचने जाऊंगा अगर
So,
7 रुपए में, then he would be saying, मेरे को तो वो 5 रुपए का दे रहा है, तो मेरे को 2 रुपए ज्यादा दे रहा है. So like, and that's the reason why I never sold to my classmates.
okay.
I went back and said to my seniors, "Bhaiya," and only like I didn't know all of these strategies जो अभी हो रहा है.
हाँ,
But back then I was only selling Power Rangers to those bhaiyas who were quite interested in those Red Ranger and all those,
wow.
and John Cena to John Cena students, right? So I was doing
So
that. So there I
you were
collected a lot of money, and then I bought something, and then all those things went on. And this is one part. And then when I grew up, always like wanted this fanciest stuff. Like then I think one day I wrote a, I got somewhere article or something. क्योंकि we basically, I'm from a convent school, right? So every time there's news and article, bulletin boards and all
hmm.
those coming in the mornings. So I think I got a news that Sundar Pichai, I think, earns 302 crores or somewhere around that. Then
हाँ,
I was like, 320 crores, that's fucking great. Like, I want to have them. I want to. So where he's working? So he's the CEO of Google.
okay.
Okay, he's the CEO of Google and he's earning. So Google is paying him 320 crores. So I was like, man, I gotta be that CEO, man. 320 crores, yeah.
Yeah.
Then that was eighth class. Also, I like searched Sundar Pichai, what he did, and all those other things. Then in ninth class, I got to know that Satyendra Nadella is paid 350, 30 crores more. It's
Oh my
like,
God.
leave Sundar Pichai. Maybe he's the CEO. Let's focus on Bill Gates, right? And then I got like, okay, I need to do all those things. And then I found another common thing in both of them, that they were engineers. And so I was like, oh my God, then I need to be an engineer. So again, like normal Indians, what we do, let's go and study engineering.
Yeah.
So after 10th, I had pretty good grades. I think studying in ICSE, please, people don't judge me. I
Yeah.
got 85 to somewhere percentage around that. Not quite sure about the
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
And then I went on in 11th. I was admitted to residential school where we don't have any access of mobile or anything. So in the first year, I totally completely focused on like my academics, getting those grades, getting those things here and there, and like practicing books like H.C. Verma, Erudov, I think couple of books I don't remember, but
Uh,
these were all those books, right? I was practicing, but then it became boring. It's like, Yeah, then I got to know like first you have to get a job, then you have to do X thing, then you have to do Y thing, then you have to read MBA, and then you have to get like उसके बाद भी CEO बनना बहुत like oh my gosh, like fuck, I don't want to do engineering more. So
Uh,
and that time also I was quite fascinated with advertisement, marketing, and all those things. So I said, let me try this shit, right? So I went
mm,
on. I took like I said wrong leaves. Like मैंने कहा कि I am having quite fever. I can't. I took long leaves because we were mostly in we were in residential, right? So we were mostly having एक महीना 2 महीने का leave. But
mm,
along with that, I used to take three, 6 months leave just to know this and study this marketing thing. So before the summer, I got to know this marketing and it really excited me. And
mm.
then I think near pre-boards, I started like doing practicing and doing the internship. And by the end of our exam, an interesting thing was that during our exam, I was also reading for the exam and chupte chupate, I was doing the internship work from home. Like I was doing internship from 8 different companies, right?
So
So
you are doing it at your in your class 11th.
no, no, not in a classroom. I will then I would have given this patka from our teachers, right? No, we
Ah,
were having hostel rooms,
okay.
so we were like hiding those phones here and there. Sorry, sir, if you didn't knew about and you're watching those videos, but I was quite cunning in hiding all those phones and everything. We figured out some particular good places, and
Okay.
then I used to like go and like do all those things. Laptop nahi tha, but
Ah,
I figured it out some way or other. Then I continued. Then exam went by, and I continued my internships and everything.
okay.
And then I did a job to actually know like how the things work, and then I got to meet awesome people. And then I left the job because my parents said, "Ki you should continue the study." Then again I didn't talk. Said my parents that I'm doing it by like secret, right? So yeah, and then the journey went on, like going from IIT, then HBR, and all the other things. So this was, I think, a big long story in a very concise manner. Then you just yeah.
Okay. So were your parents knowing during this that you are doing internship and taking so much leaves? What is the reason behind it?
No,
Were your parents knowing?
my parents always supported me all those things.
Okay.
But when my father said that, okay, whatever the things you are doing, that's great, but complete the study first ना. पहले
Yeah.
पढ़ ले, फिर तो तू कर. Because right from the childhood, my father, and he's no more, so I
Okay.
miss him. So he always supported me in each and everything. Like
Mm.
even my mom said कि क्या बार-बार जा रहा है हर जगह. So my father supported even when it's time for cricket. Like I went to play somewhere. So whether it's for cricket, football, or all other things, like out of also academics. So
Ah,
he encouraged me, and that's the one thing I love, and that's one privilege I think what I got from a business background.
okay.
Though we were facing financial problems right when at that stage,
Mm.
but that's one thing which I learned from my father, that you need to find those opportunity. Because my father also started from a very young age when he was like seventh class. Yeah, seventh. He didn't study much,
Mm.
but I think seventh to fifth he started working and collecting money and like building his empire and all those things.
Oh,
So one thing I learned from him, that every time you should search for that opportunity, and when you get that, you should
yeah.
stick on and play with it and like make it completely yours. And that's one thing that even though my father said that ki, just keep it stay for that time, but
Mm.
again I thought my father said this, but again he said that. So I think that is good for me. Then I thought to go for that. And yeah, he didn't know, but later on he knew that okay, my son is doing something. But he didn't knew that I was bringing clients and like working for them. So he didn't know. Even right now at this stage, my mom doesn't know what I do.
Do.
She knows that he is doing something, but क्या करता है पता नहीं. So that's
So
the thing.
that's an amazing story.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you give a brief description about your place, Orissa? Because someday, if I would like to visit your place, what can be the best thing someone should expect?
I think as Odisha government is having, Odisha tourism is having this tagline, which I really love, is like Odisha is the best kept secret of the India, and I
Okay.
truly believe in that because everywhere we talk about this Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, and Chennai, and these are all awesome places, and I have been there.
Okay.
But if you see, Odisha has a different charm in it. It has a culture, and people are really great. And our food is not, Punjab. Like normally, when you talk about Punjabi, what do you think? Like chole
Food.
bhature, lassi, right? And when you talk about Maharashtrian, they are having like vada pav and like misal pav. Every time pav pav pav, right? So when people talk about Odisha, they think of like pakhala bhato, like rice water, right? If you would know, we're having that
Actually.
famous thing. But
Okay.
apart from that, there's a lot of places, there's a lot of things which one could cover in Odisha, and I don't think they could easily find, in short period they can cover the entire state and like. But if they would come, I think that would be the best thing because it's a holistic place. Lord Jagannath resides here,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think
That's
it would
famous.
be great tourism place for it. And if you visit, I would love to have you as a guest, man.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, what is your view about entrepreneurship in India? As I'm observing things, it's a growing culture and it's growing day by day. So, what is your view on it?
Yeah, I think entrepreneurship is like deep rooted right now, but now the meaning has quite changed. Like before, what we were having
Hmm.
entrepreneurship, like I heard of some videos like entrepreneurship is very different from business. I don't really feel and think so.
Okay.
Managing and taking on that business is still a big part. My father used to like have all this thing. So what the definition right now has changed is like now you have to have that like big star idea,
Hmm.
and then you have to go and pitch and work for other money. Like you have to go and get your investors money, and then you have to do like mila to sahi, nahi mila to it's not a big idea, then it's not a good idea. So I'm quite against it. Like so if you don't involve your risk, and obviously you're involving time in it,
Hmm.
but still when you involve that money factor to it has that that kind of the power it has having. So I really believe in first like trying out things on yourself and bootstrapping it to the way,
Hmm.
and then pitching would be great because still there are a couple of businesses which can't be actually bootstrapped.
Ah.
But still I think bootstrapping is the best way to just go start it.
Okay.
And yeah, right now what our culture we are having right now, like every college student is trying to like build something, and like forcibly, even like I have heard a lot of people like मेरे को स्टार्टअप करना है, पहले जॉब करना है, फिर पैसा लाना है, फिर स्टार्टअप
Start.
करना है, देन मैं पिच करूंगा, देन
Hmm.
मेरे को हो जाएगा. इट्स लाइक नहीं बेटा, दैट्स नॉट इजी मैन.
Yeah.
बाल सफेद हो जाते हैं. If you can see, I'm just 20 to 22 years old and my hair, I didn't dye it,
Uh,
but my hair is going white. So बाल पक जाते हैं यार. So it's not that easy.
yeah.
And like entrepreneurship का एक बहुत गलत मतलब निकाला गया है कि like हमें करना ही करना है, and work is like something I don't need to be under someone, right?
Hmm.
But if you realize the thing that when you're having that, in bootstrapping, you can clearly think of that ki, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm doing something. But
Hmm.
still, every time, even though you do entrepreneurship, even though you start off all other things, let me clarify. When you bring investors on the board, now they are your bosses, right? Because they
Yeah.
have invested a certain amount of money in that. So
Correct.
they have a power of you. Now, in your case, in students, obviously your whole parents and all those still have the power on you.
Hmm.
And in case if you think bootstrapping, then even if you don't have any boss or investors, the number one boss who is right above you are your customers, right? They are the
Correct.
ones that are most important above the investors. And like, if I would have given a chance between choosing investors and customers, I would rather choose customers because One, they would be attaching with me directly. Two, they would be knowing me, and they would be only loving the product or service which I am providing, not only due to the reasons like even if I'm not getting things or I'm just testing out, some customers will be there for you. You know, every time I think there was a study like only 30% of market is always there for
Hmm.
testing and trying new products. Like unless it was there, then Flipkart won't have got their first customer, which was in that time it was no cash on delivery, right? And
Yeah.
to deliver that particular product, Flipkart took I think like 20 to 30 days, but still, you know, there's all things. So these are the things which I think basically we need to have a change in the mindset shift as
Yeah.
in terms when you look after entrepreneurship.
So this perception of yours towards entrepreneurship is totally different. What we observed and what we watch in our YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So I think this came out of experience, and this is your experience telling it.
Yeah, I think I don't have something, resume or something to prove.
Yeah.
Definitely testimonials I have, but I have this hair. This hair tells all the other things, working down the sun and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm having that.
Okay. So why the success rate of people working on startups for the majority is not so good? So what can be the reason according to you?
So, you're asking like why the success rate is not great, right?
Yeah.
So, if you like take my perception on it, obviously it's still a perception.
Yeah.
What I really feel is that maybe maybe like there's lack of experience.
Okay.
Now there's exceptions to that. Like all many founders who are there into now the space, they still didn't had any experience. They started out right from their college and everything, but they had experience as a customer. So
Hmm.
that experience is there. But certain things are like what I said, this due to this startup part. So
Hmm.
what people like, कि मुझे करना है यार, I need to have this startup, I need to have this idea and all those other things. So they jump on it like कुछ भी they're trying everything, and that's one reason. Second, not knowing the industry properly. For example, if I have never been into like I have never in my life ever I have used softwares,
Hmm.
then like if I'm planning to like, software industry is like 460. I don't know about the number, but X billion dollars. Let me jump on it. Like it's like no, dude, you can't. Yeah, like you need to have the experience. So
Okay.
number two is that. Number three would be definitely the lack of capital.
Hmm.
Capital is a big thing. Even though you are having great idea, but still, due to there's a lot of factors because you don't get funding, you don't get encouragement, or you don't find proper talent, and all those things can run you out of that business. Or sometimes, like you're quite ahead of the time. Sometimes, like maybe like abhi agar koi aaya and they said like I'm working on like time machine, then being an investor, okay, that project looks cool, but can it happen? That's the question, right? So yeah, there's a lot of reasons around it, like incapacity or like non-competency, and obviously there's a lack of motivation. Agar something went wrong, certain things went wrong, and मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हुआ है, and I'm not running any big startup or like bundles and all other things, but running a business, what I have known that when you start, there's a big friction when you just start. You have to like
Hmm.
team up with other people. You have to I'm talking about our business in digital space.
Hmm.
You have to talk. You have to onboard talents, and then you have to like form a big team. Not big, but obviously a team. And then you have to like talk to clients, and then you have to go back and forth and do all other things. So certain I think browsing YouTube, and then I got to know a couple of videos like start a marketing agency to get a passive income. Okay, you will be getting some income, but that's not passive, man. Passive means something that अगर कुछ आप ना भी करो तब भी आपको आ रहा है, right?
Yeah.
And you have to do a hell lot of things here. You have to, because the client is involved in our business,
Yeah.
and our business is basically B2B. And if you think about like B2C, then also you have to always like constantly be on your computer desk and like find all those customers, like are they feeling good, is your product great, or do you need any innovation and all those things. So
Mm.
that sums up all other things, and apart from this there's a whole bunch of ideas and a whole bunch of reasons also. But for me, I think these are the couple of things, and I think that's the major thing. And what I have noticed, and I think lack of motivation is, I think, one of the biggest part of that.
Okay, fine. So, my next question is how hard it is your professional field marketing? Because according to the view of the society, taking career as a marketing looks bit difficult to convince. So, how hard it is?
So yeah, the marketing job is quite tough. You have to always go through this consumer change and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And convincing is more tough, and it gets worse in case when you actually don't go with a degree, right? So for the folks, it's a disclaimer, I'm not a certified thing. I practice my stuff, like I have practiced like doing marketing for all other things, but I'm not like an MBA grad or someone who is doing marketing, right?
Okay.
So in terms of that, in career like wise,
Hmm.
so like people have this perception that you need to do either engineering or a doctorship, right?
Mhm.
So either one of two. Lawyer ho to chal jayega. It can work. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's two things. लड़का है तो इंजीनियरिंग, लड़की है तो डॉक्टर, like.
Medical
So
line.
this is one thing. Yeah. So this is one thing what our Indian society thinks of. But I
Hmm.
think apart from that, there are a lot of other great careers like now which are involving in our field marketing. As in concern, we have sales, we
Hmm.
have public relations, we have what do you call it? We have strategic management, all those things. And under that too, let's say in digital space, we have paid media marketing, like someone who is exactly great with analytics and managing great ads, like again creating ads, like copywriting and all those things, like
Ah.
writing content, not
Hmm.
writing only content, but writing content for the advertisement, right? And then there's copywriting and all other things. So these are quite unconventional thing, because most of the thing can be done by sitting home, like what I am doing.
Mhm.
And then parents used to say like, घर में ऑडियो ऑन करके करता क्या है? It's like, काम करता हूँ, and I do a hell lot of work, but I can't show you or I can't describe you like how I do the work. So when I say to my mother that I help people to actually get more customers, then she used to say that, kaise? It's like using these all channels. So she used to say, Facebook तो मैं भी चलाती हूँ, तो मेरे पास तो कस्टमर नहीं आते. It's like no, there's a particular way. So it's
Yeah.
quite hard if you like to like convince it. But I think one thing which I would rather suggest, like obviously there's negotiation. If you can master it, then perfect. मैंने तो
Hmm.
negotiation में ये कह दिया था that obviously they always wanted to me to do whatever I wanted to like to do. But then I gave them a guarantee. I think this one perfectly works well. And one thing, you need to have conviction within yourself, right? If you don't have, you can't give guarantees.
Okay.
So I guaranteed that even though I'm not going with engineering, I'll do something with myself, and that's my guarantee to you. You don't have to worry about that. So you can do one thing: either you give them guarantee, and as a no-brainer,
Mhm.
or what you can do if you want to have unconventional careers like being a public speaker, being a marketer, or being a content writer, or being an affiliate marketer, any other things. There's a whole
Mhm.
bunch of things. Or being just a career counselor, just a counselor.
Hmm.
So what you can do is either give them guarantees or give them a scope, like how the thing is evolving, how engineering is going down. Like show,
Mhm.
give them the difference. This is what
Yeah.
we do in ads.
Yeah.
We give them a bit of insights on our industry, how it's evolving, and we also showcase that okay, this is not degrading, right? So this is what you can do. Basically, I put out my marketing knowledge into that. And one more thing which you can do, which I did, It's like keep it secret. You can keep it secret. Just keep it secret. Work on the side hustle. You can still have engineering. I think many of the students or some friends of mine who are actually like having this like uh, continuing their passion, they have kept some secrets within from their family. They haven't
Um,
told their family that they are working on XYZ. And when they show that they are able to make XYZ amount of money from like working from their home and doing
mhm,
what they love
mhm,
and making it more than what their job does,
mhm.
then they can actually like parents convince. But still,
Yeah,
parents have that one thing that या पड़ोसी को क्या बोलोगी कि तू काम कहाँ करता है
yeah, yeah.
because when you go to engineering you will mostly get you know hired by top notch companies or some startup companies there you can see okay I'm a senior software developer but
Yeah.
when you say that you're a career coach or when you say that I'm a content writer or when you see that I'm ad specialist I'm working on Facebook and generating this leads for customers it's like same my what my mom said is like इसको तो मैं भी चलाती हूँ मेरे को तो right? So it's
Yeah.
quite difficult, but if you take different approaches and like test all those things, then I think you can find a way. So it totally depends on you. I really believe that if you are really concerned about your career and you really are passionate and you really want to do it and you have the conviction, like have it in your within you, then you can take a step and you can like literally go there, right? So I think that would work. Yeah.
Okay. Many people, what I've noticed in the society is that many people are not able to differentiate between marketing and sales. They actually don't know what is the difference between marketing and sales. So can you differentiate these two terms?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a lot of different kind of like perception of marketing and sales.
Yeah,
Sometimes they like think marketing is equal to sales and sales is
sales
equal
equal
to
to
marketing.
marketing. Yeah.
So that's not the thing.
Hmm.
What marketing is, obviously sales comes under marketing. So you can say that marketing is the father of sales, somewhere around that.
Okay.
So marketing is like selling or like informing people and getting them known and all those other things through a distance. What I feel, what I really feel,
Hmm.
because you're not there in person, giving them or like knowing their wants and everything. So that's what a marketing is. And if you talk about sales, sales is kind of involved thing where you talk with your customers, like go in hand. For
Hmm.
example, then you know their benefits and what they really need, and you can go with that. Couple
Okay.
of years back, marketing was used to be like a gut feeling kind of thing. People were like having this gut feeling like, okay, this is my customer, and maybe they are having kind of problem like this, which sales was not having this. And with
Okay.
the help of that data, marketing has evolved with this, and they are now taking informed decisions due
Hmm.
to digital platform and knowing that okay, this is my proper customers and now sales has got a big part of it. Now sales really know that
Hmm.
okay, this is what my customer needs, apart from like getting involved with that. So
Okay.
sales is rather involved process and marketing is kind of being back in the screen and talking and like delivering things.
Okay.
One other thing which I feel marketing really does is like influencing people and getting them believe on the brand, and then
Okay.
sales convince them on the products and do that. And other the things is like mostly B2C companies do press really forward for marketing because they can't do sales,
Uh,
properly going there on field and selling like take my shampoo, take my stuff, or take my dairy milk chocolate. So that thing they can't do. But in sales, you have to do the thing like selling directly to the consumer and all that. And mostly when it when we talk about marketing, we mostly see that it works hand in hand with the sale. What I really mean by that, and if you take our perspective or our industry is concerned, first, if you don't do marketing, then the sales part would be hard because now the customer don't know you, don't know your brand, and they don't trust you, right? So marketing helps you to build that trust So for me, we always try to build that funnel, that first there's marketing and then there's a sale to qualify them. Because now what mostly we have is sales is mostly for a high end stuff right now. Right now, like
Mhm.
for example, you won't be giving a person, you won't be having a salesperson who would be selling for a 500 rupees or 700, even like 5,000 rupees product, right? Because
Mhm.
still people like to buy. I think average on an average 5,000 is the one thing like people can buy right off from home, right, without
Mhm.
consulting everything. But think of it as a car. Like if you want to buy a car, you won't be like having that click buy. Like you don't do that because
Yeah.
it's evolved decision. You have to like think of long term. Like think of like, is it going to be good for me? Is it going to be under my budget? And you have all those issues, right? So always marketing works on the front end. And then it supports the sales to actually grab that thing in terms of B2B and in terms of B2C, which is like selling directly to the consumer and all the things which are like daily usage things. So in that case, there's only marketing. There's not big sales involved. Sales is only involved in like making retailers or dealers kind of thing. So yeah, I think you might have got brief
Yeah.
idea
Yeah.
about what marketing and really it is, but still it's a very big and deep ocean. And
Okay.
if you do the work, I think you will really cover it up, right?
Fine. 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 So, there are a lot of emerging digital marketers due to this corona crisis. There are a lot of emerging online businesses, and then there is obviously a lot of digital marketers. So, can you explain digital marketing in basic terms?
So digital marketing is nothing but like doing marketing using the digital platform, right? It's
Okay.
quite easy, the same thing where, for example, let's say earlier days we used to have those billboards. Right now, these are our Facebook feed and Instagram feed. They are coming right out, when they are like doing and watching things, and they come and that's completely right. That radio has turned into like podcast or like that,
Yeah.
and TV is like YouTube where we are like having this conversation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's basically, the platforms have changed, but the basic concepts and the basic things and methodologies are
Mhm.
still the same. There's obviously there's kind of little bit change here and there, because there's not completely a different shift in what we call it's like old methods, like which were working, which
Previously.
were there since years. Like men want to be like those astonishing men, is like with beards. I don't have quite good beard, a
Mm.
beard, and all those things. And women like to be quite prettier and charming. So
Yeah.
like if you do the like thing like, okay, women don't want to be charming and good, they want to just be nice. Then obviously they would be saying, but it's in the marketing, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
in the nature that they are still preferring that. Like
Yeah.
still, I know that I can't be fair enough, but still I like look into my mirror like, "Thoda goda ho raha hu kya?" So, so this is the hand by thing, and it's natural. Like it's basic things that goes on,
Mm.
and it's just a state of platform and what I really believe, and knowing all those technical things. But the thing has changed. What I really feel bad of, as in like looking up to this digital space right off now, that because there's very quite less barrier of entry due to that. So what mostly people jump off due to its money making thing, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Correct.
if you go and walk into YouTube, you'll find dozens of videos like how to make with money fast. Like even they will say you how to make with money within seconds. I'm like, what? Making money within seconds? Are you kidding me? It's like just getting rich quick scheme,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for that, what really people believe that I need to learn Facebook ads, I need to learn this Google SEO, all other things. Man, we should literally learn marketing first. I think what I really believe right now, the digital marketers who only know this like buttons and all the other things. Sorry for that. It's quite harsh to know, But if you don't know how to influence people, what it involves them in buying that procedure, how they find you, and like how they discover you, and all
Mm.
those things, what are the benefits, and like all those things, which are basic marketing things. If you don't know, and you know this running Facebook ads and reducing the cost of consumer acquisition and all other fancy things, then you are not digital marketers. Just remove that marketers from it. You are digital. It's funny, but you are digital person. We do marketing. So think of like we actually ran a test just to test. When if I don't set anything like interest-based targeting and all other things, and I really focus on my messaging in the video, what I really deliver, like scripting down basic copywriting things and all other things, then what's the conversion rate? And yes, I was surprised, even without like having that interest and focusing on cost per conversion and all other things, we got really good kick ass sales for our clients because we use persuasion, we use their tactical marketing things and tactical processes which goes into this marketing about knowing your customer first and then serving the product and then pitching it. So
Mm.
while using that, we got to know this thing. So that's the reason I really believe that you should first teach yourself, if you want to be in this field, you should first teach yourself the basics of marketing, and then you should shift yourself the digital media, like running Facebook ads, because that will help you. Like if
Mm.
you if you make a video and there you are saving, oh, we have this product and it's completely great. It's like obviously you will be saying great. People know it,
Uh,
but will they buy? That's the question. Will they buy? And my answer would be, I don't know, because I didn't know who your customers are.
mm.
So it's all about testing, knowing the customer first, and then channelizing your marketing. Because at the end, even like think of, I think quite platforms like take the example of TikTok. Now there are separate TikTok marketers which are turned down as reels marketers right now.
Mm.
But for example, platforms comes and goes, right? What you really have within yourself is the ability to influence, the ability to have that power to deliver your customers what they really want and how they want, right? So, and giving the message and delivering the message, like delivering the exact message what they really want and what they really search for. So that's exactly what marketing and involving in a digital platform is what I believe as a digital marketing, what the definition should be.
Okay.
Still, I can't change people's perception of getting rich quick. Uh, that's the basic thing, right?
Okay. Okay. Fine. So, what do you think that is there need of some degree like MBA, BBA from some great institutes like IIM and other management institutes? So, does it have any benefits for marketing?
See, what I really believe is that it will help you out somewhere in your career. That, for example, if you want to become a marketing manager or you want to do marketing for Pepsi and other things, so
Hmm.
degrees might help you in like jumping the step. But when you jump and land to that particular place and you like do the work, then you will be in a complete different world. It's like, what the hell was I taught? Right? Because see, I have never gone through any degrees, and I would never go through any degree. But and I have practiced it all of my own, right from the starting, like doing making ads like what we say, get the best thing out of you, get the best deals out of you. From there to actually six things that will help you out in your like whatever the needs and benefits are there. So I tested and learned it, right? So I think that's the basic thing that I think you need to have to learn. But if you would ask a direct answer, then obviously a no. But having a degree in marketing or having a degree in BBA would first help you in gratification and validation. Like, okay, I'm having a degree. That's
Hmm.
still not worth, and it will help you to get a job. That's it. That's it. That's not
Yeah.
much. And
Yeah.
more on often when you go to the job and then you will get stuck because then you don't know what to do. But when you start the process right from the beginning without having any degrees and stuff to worry about, and if you literally start the process of knowing the customer first, then obviously you will be facing challenges. There will be tough times, and it's not a quite easy thing. What it looks at YouTube with all those videos, it's quite not literally not a easy thing, right?
Mm.
But you will get those fruitful thing right from when you land or when you be in that space because I have always, I think, I won't be sharing the name, but I was once there in a restaurant with a couple of people. They were managers and all other things, and he was a digital marketer.
Mm.
And then he used to say that I was doing sales and marketing both, and that's what I think I had a benefit that being in sales, it helped me to know exactly what the customer wants and exactly what the thing is because they are convincing and they are saying me directly. So
Mm.
I think that was my edge apart from all other marketers right out there. So yeah, I that story. So when I was there in restaurant and we were a bunch of marketers, founders that were sitting there and having a discussion of a particular thing. And one of them came and they said that, Sanmaya, I know what I know digital marketing, I know running Facebook ads, but I have never tested and I never thought of like creating marketing. I have never thought of what marketing. What do you do in marketing? And I was like, for a moment, I was like, what? Yeah, I was thinking from inside, like, you're a digital marketer. You're doing digital marketing, and you're asking me that what is marketing? So, from his perspective, he was thinking doing sales is also marketing.
Mm.
So, the point is that you first need to learn marketing, and then you need to like do it on the platforms and others. So, to cut the chase and coming directly to the question, because I think I went out of the way, you don't need any degrees as of certain to learn this marketing and sales skills. You can right off start from the internship, what I really prefer to do. You
Mm.
can start off from an internship, and now there's a big story around it, how this internship you can get and all the other things. I think we can talk it later. But right off, you can start your career doing each and everything, trying out all the other things which you want, and doing the first internship, and then you can start off and do all your things. So internship really helps you.
Mm.
Really, right? So that's how you can get started, even if you don't have a career, even if you don't have 20 lakhs to spend on MBAs and all other things. You
Yeah.
can start off your career right free by working for someone, and that's how you gain actual knowledge of the things, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, that what I have also observed that people took loans to come to get these degrees, but they are not able to get the jobs because yes, it's a skill and it's need to be learned on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's completely.
Okay. So what about your team? And this is my question that does the teamwork increases your efficiency or it makes you dependent?
It, I would really say you that teamwork really makes magic.
Okay.
I have worked across a lot of teams.
Okay.
I have helped a lot of startups,
Hmm.
and obviously I don't have like 17 to 20 years of experience because my age itself is 22.
Yeah.
So in that case, I still don't have that much kind of 18 से 20 साल का experience. But apart from working with I think 50 to 70 teams, what I really feel that as a team, it makes your work really easy and focused and helps you to actually focus on your skills and what you're good at, right? For example, if you like ask me, then back off in that days when we were having 5 people team and some one of my team member was like doing this finance, one was doing content writing, and I was responsible to like bring clients and all those things.
Okay.
So when we were having any cumulative discussion or like going through, okay, should we do this, should we do that? So we were taking cumulative discussions over there, being a team, and then they used to then I had a belief that if I had recruited someone, or in that case, if I have given someone the job or the responsibility with their specific knowledge about that field, then I need to completely give them that particular creative decision thing so that they can test and run out of things, right? You can't, focus, and you can't, just keep them in a box like do the things that I only tell to you. In that case, you're not taking yourself out from the process and focusing on the things which are required in the front end, right? So in
Hmm.
that case, that things work. And what I really need to like, what I really believe in the teamwork, that you need to have that frequency match within your team. It's like
Good.
if that don't match, I don't think then your team will have, even though it comprises of the best marketers, best finance person, best all the other best. I don't think that team would work. Even the just starting out team were great with coordination and collaboration, that would work really well. Because and that's the reason why if you see most of the successful startups or the businesses, actually they were built with friendship.
Yeah, yeah.
They all were friends either, or they were friends from the offices or like anyhow. They
Hmm.
had a real connection and bond. So that's how I really believe on the teamwork.
Okay, fine. So, my last question in this podcast is that, according to you, in your journey, you might have felt somewhere as a failure, but you are still continuing with it. So, I just want to know, what is that practical thing? What is that practical feeling that pushes you towards your growth or goal when even the results are not in your favor?
Right now, off, also haven't reached my destination or where I think I need to project myself.
Yeah, yeah.
So still, I'm on the way there. But yeah, if we I talk about failures, I don't show much, but I really have them, and that have really helped them. For example, when I started off early in my age,
Hmm.
then the first failure which I faced was like the thing. Okay, let me tell you that incident. What happened? So after getting out from the job, so I was having a decent job when I said, right. I was having the internship, and then when our results were out for that plus two thing, then
Hmm.
I went on to do that job, right? So in the job, I was quickly promoted, at different stages. First, I was the executive junior media manager. Then I became the manager within 1 to 2 months because media manager was not good at that time. So then I became media manager, and then that agency where I was working, that was not having good amount of sales coming in, and I was quite having a क्या करूंगा मैं, because I was not having clients, so I
Hmm.
was feeling boring. So
Hmm.
I said, okay, I'll also go out there in the sales meeting and I'll join you. So then I went on to do the sales and marketing, all those things. So literally, I halfway took the charge of everything, and then there was a kind of uh, communication barrier within uh, one of my colleague and others. So I left that. So after leaving that, I and one of my colleagues started again a firm, and there we thought to like, okay, this will be the next big thing. We will be moving out and doing all those other things. But the thing was that and there was another person with it, and they were like, we were doing good, but I felt that certain things are not working with me. Obviously, I was having that problem with my family. My family was going through a very bad stage. So
Okay.
then I thought of to actually quitting that. So that was one of my failures. Then again, I wanted to like work on a particular project. I chased hard. I worked hard for it, and again, I couldn't achieve that. So that was another. Then the team which I made after all that failures, I again rebuilt it myself and gathered a team of five. And we actually got a big clients, and we were working on them. But again, something came and Corona happened, COVID happened, and there was misconception and there was miscommunication within ourselves. And again, I had a failure in that case. So But I really believe even though you have failures, the people who are there with you in that time.
Mm.
My team, even though we broke, but till now we're having that communication thing and we are having this chat and everything. So I really believe that even though you have failures, the people who belong with you and are with you in their journey, they really matter a lot and they really help you out in getting out of from those failures, right? So yeah, these were a couple of my failures. I had tons of them. I have really tons of them. Even like I really fail in like executing myself and like making videos like this. I really plan like, okay, I will be doing this YouTube thing and maybe I would be making a YouTube. So, so yeah, I like planning podcasts and doing all the things because I get a lot of requests on like, you should do, man. I was like, okay, I'll do, and then I procrastinate. I really procrastinate about that. So in that case also I do. So there are a lot of apart from that of big failures, I also have a lot of minor failures. So failures is a part of life,
Mm.
and I think I really believe that to achieve your the goal of success or the reward of success, you need to learn how to step into that failure staircases. I don't know. It just came right from my mind. It will be great YouTube, Twitter quote. But
Mm.
yeah, that's one thing.
Yeah, I actually also believe that if you are very determined to get your success, so it's just a cause of success in terms of like time consumed or your mental stress like anxiety or depression or some financial losses. It's just a cost paid.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
everything, I believe that everything will work fine. Believe in something that you're gonna have it and
Mm.
just stay working. Even though right off now, I don't know what will happen in the second best second,
Mm.
but I will like, okay, I'll just do my work. I'll keep I'll keep up and let the time work with them.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Gita has one big, great line which says, let the time do their his work and you do your work, right? So time will reward you or
Yeah,
time will punish you. You don't have that leverage.
yeah,
You
yeah.
only have the leverage of your performance, what you're doing. For
Yeah.
example, let's take this example. There were toppers who were like reading all day and night just to get that 98, 99%. But
Mm.
what COVID did, COVID actually, like
Mm.
like some of them would be like, "समय क्या बोल रहे हैं यार?" It's like, मैं बहुत खुश हूँ. It's like, okay, but what about the people who are actually studying and having a hard time? So
Yeah, yeah.
time will give you the fruit because what I really believe that, see, I think when I completed my 10th and I was having no idea where to go, and I really think that if I, because the school where I went was not my, that number one option. I even didn't consider it as any option, but I
Yeah.
landed there. So
Yeah.
I really, when I see back of the time, so if I wouldn't have studied there, where I studied, so I don't think I would have pursued my career as marketing professional, sales or marketing professional, because I would have been in that race of like studying, because then I would have been into my perfect space and doing this perfect thing. So perfect is a myth, and you need
Mm.
to believe in that. That's what I believe.
Okay. So it was great talking to you. Man,
Yeah.
I feel this was one of the podcasts of my whole life, I think, which I will remember because it is a new experience for me. So
I really, I'm really feeling proud of myself and really feel great that
yeah,
we had this conversation.
yeah,
And the moment you like texted me that should we have this podcast, I said, okay, yes, why not? I'm ready.
yeah.
That's it.
So it was great time with you. I hope we will do further more podcasts with you, sharing your experiences about your journey. So thank you very much for coming to the podcast, and we will.
Yeah. Thank you, Saurabh, for inviting me, and it was great. It was a great experience talking to you. And obviously, I think I'll be monitoring those comments, even though I'm not an admin. I'll be doing that in the comments, and I'll be looking for the people's reaction, what they would be having. And if you would like to connect with me, you can directly connect. That's no thing.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
what I
go
will
ahead.
do is I will put your social media handles on my description so that if people want to connect with you, want to learn sales and marketing, want to know more about you, they would directly connect to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so any newbie, even though you are like a great professional, I would love to learn from you, or we can share our experiences.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you can directly reach me, and I'll be happy to
yeah.
have you.
What I will what I would like to tell to my audience, the people who would be watching this, is that one of the genuine person I met in my life is Sanmay, and he really guides well, man. You really guides well. You are like a good mentor to all the people who would be
Sara, thank you,
getting
Sara.
some good experiences from you.
Thank you, Sara, for that compliment. Yeah, I really.
Okay, so bro, bye. We'll see soon. Yeah.
Okay, bye, Saurav, and thank you for you all for spending the time. Hope we'll see you the next. And yeah, bye.